Hi guys, my name is Nosi. I live and work in England. I just thought, nah, for a change, I know that I've shared about, please like, share and comment when I share these videos, because I would like to be able to I would like to be able to share them, to make lives, and I can only make lives when I get a certain number of subscribers. Please guys, it doesn't cost you money to subscribe. You just click and subscribe. Please support my hustle. This time around I'm hustling by talking, sharing, and I'm not going to only share love scams. As you see, I've shared how you can get a job in the UK. I'm quite experienced in a lot of things, so follow me as I share. Now let me share this, because I don't want men to have an idea that I hate them. I don't hate men. I love them. They are our brothers. They are our husbands. They are everything. And basically, men cannot live in isolation from women, and women cannot live in isolation from men. Now, I thought let me share a different story, and I've got a lot where men have been scammed and hurt by women. And as you know me, I would start with my personal stories before I go to other stories of other people. The stories that I share are my views, and you have a right to your own views, but don't come and answer in my video, because make your own video. I don't care what you do, but don't come and answer in my video, because these are my views and there are people who learn. So I've been checking here in social media where men saying a woman took me from my own country to her own country. We built a house, and it's interracial dating and marriages. We built a house. Then after that, she chased me out of my house when I was broke. Remember, he had to leave his country, then he became jobless in her country, and something like that. So there are many stories where men also feel like they've been scammed by us. Also with the dating sites, people get scammed this way. You might be talking with a woman thinking you are talking with a man, or you might be talking to a man thinking you are talking to a woman. That is why it is important to video call. But as I've also said, scammers also know how to control these video calls, where they would put a face to a video and the face will go like this as if it's talking, but they would blame a bad video. And they would blame a bad video, a weather, and something like that. So just take care of yourselves on these. Now let's talk about a different scam that I would like to talk about. Marriage scam. By the way, while men from other countries, I mean foreigners, scam us, they do marriage scams with us, ask us to take our pension funds, especially in South Africa. I don't know if it's worldwide, people can know, but I'm talking about South African experiences. They would scam us into marriages. They would scam us into ancestors. A boyfriend would say, my ancestor would want to meet us. Then the ancestor would push the idea of marriage. You will be forced to pension because the ancestors want to bless you. All that BS, guys, that is intended to steal from us. Just be careful, verify, talk to people, and when he says don't say it, say it. When he says keep it, that one, it's something that you must say. So let's talk about the other form of scam that I want to talk about in a marriage form, and I've got a lot in a marriage form, where it was a male in this case, and the male was my brother. May his soul rest in peace. My brother committed suicide 7 months ago, 7 or 8 months ago, but he committed suicide. He had marital problems. My brother was very handsome. I'll put his picture here at the end of the video. He was very handsome, and he was famous with women. But during the time when my brother didn't want to marry, he made it clear that he didn't want to marry. He had his own reasons. The worst part was that when he ultimately got married, he kept on saying he did what my mother said he must not do in terms of choosing a woman. My mother was specific and was clear on the kind of a woman he needs to marry. So, as my brother now, as he was maturing or growing up, let's say he changed his mind and decided to get married, or when he met this woman, I really don't know how he ended up getting married, because he really didn't want to get married. Now, let's go to the profile of the woman that he chose. She pretended to be nice. My brother had temper problems. She pretended to tolerate the temper problems, because by the time they met, my brother was grieving the loss of my mother. And when you are grieving a loss, even your emotions are not okay. So she pretended to be obedient or submissive. It was a pretense. But the pretense that my brother didn't know. We didn't really have to know it. It was not our partner or our wife. It goes back to what I call the power of the choice. Our choices will haunt us for life. Our choices, be it a choice of a woman, be it a choice of a behavior, be it a choice of friends, be it a choice of a decision to make, our choices will haunt us for life. Or sometimes will be the death of us, will cause us depression, will cause us to want us to take our lives. I know a lot of people who said, due to stress, I wanted to take my life. But I saw my children and I decided not to take my life. Back to the story. When our brother wanted to get married, we said, no, do not get married. You are not ready. Just heal. We all went through a lot after we lost parents. Grief issues. I had mine too. But with me, I would talk about it. Even if you laugh, I would still talk about it and heal. So we said, no, you're not ready. We had a meeting. This woman was there when we had a meeting. We even called her to say, you must, because our brother was fighting with us as if he was a boy who wants to be a man. You know, when a boy in my culture wants to go to initiation school, he doesn't listen to anybody. So even this one, he was not listening. He was fighting with us, and he wanted to take this woman as a wife in a customary marriage. All we were saying was, say, please delay it. Heal first, because you are not okay. When we called this woman to address her and tell her that it's not about you, my dear, it's about him. He's not okay. That woman didn't answer. She just cried. She really wanted, because she had an agenda. I said she acted like she was a humble woman. She wasn't. That woman would keep quiet, and she can keep quiet and poison all of you. There are still things that she's doing even now, you know, and you would see that it's her. Even on social media, the things she does, she's dangerous. You know, she would keep quiet but do. Now, to cut the story short, this woman was already a mother of 3 children. There's nothing wrong with being a mother of three children. But when you get married, you know, find a way to look after your children. Do not neglect your children. She neglected her children to go and be married to my brother. But deep down in her mind, she knew that the marriage was temporal. So she's doing this for a short period of time, and she's gonna go back. So my brother's child was the 4th child to her. Another thing that should have been a red flag was how, even before she was not married, on Christmas Day, she was with my brother. She was called by her family, being told that her children are neglected, don't have Christmas clothes. You can get Christmas clothes even at Pep to just to make your child behave, even if it's flip-flops. Okay. She stayed because she was waiting for this marriage. Okay, my brother was not successful the first attempt because we said, no, you are not ready. He was throwing tantrums. He was angry with us. The fifth information that we didn't know, that I discovered after my brother's death, was that she had already been married, and again, she didn't stay for too long. The husband died mysteriously, like this one. So when this one happened, her family was ready. So they were experienced than us. She was experienced than us in handling this. While we were grieving, we were crying, they were counting, taking evidence. All those nasty things that a person would do, because she has already been married and she had a dead husband before. So with this one, in my opinion, she came to collect so that she can build for her own children. But for me, it's not a worry, because she's taking from us. We are hard workers. If she manages to take, we're hard workers. We don't use men to succeed and steal to them. We don't kill people, so that we get their money or their inheritance. We don't do that. So she knew that the marriage was temporal. I think it lasted for 2 years only. And in that 2 years, she has done a lot. And there was one thing that used to happen in that marriage. One, she exaggerated my brother's behavior. She always acted like my brother was harsh on her. But we only learned later that no, she knew how to trigger it, because she was with someone who's already fragile, who's grieving the loss of his mother. So she knew what wrong buttons to press to make him lose it. Secondly, she always portrayed my brother as a mad person. And I even said this to my sisters, that my brother was here on holidays. I didn't see a mad person. I even gave him my car to drive, because he's not mad. It's because from day one, she was building evidence. Just like with us, it didn't matter how nice we were to her. She would build evidence that paints us as wrong people to outsiders. She even went to the church that my sisters go to, and she made it a point that she's already painting us as bad people, while she's acting like, a submarine, like doing this. She's building. That woman is no submarine. She beat my brother. She almost burned my brother with petrol. She had words that were sharp, were going straight to my brother's heart. I remember there was one time when my brother, one daughter, chased him away because he insulted him using my mother's genitals. In my culture, you don't use someone's mother's genitals to insult them. The way he drove, he took his bonus money 2 times and disappeared with it. The first time, my brother reacted by beating her. Up until today, we don't know who started it. As I know now, she was an angry woman who knows how to start a fight. But she had 2 sides. She would show the quiet side, but she had the bad side. So what happened was that with the first bonus money, and we took her side when she was beaten, because we didn't know. We even called meetings to reprimand my brother. We even advised her to get a protection order, because we didn't know. May my brother so rest in peace, because he kept on telling us, but we were not really listening, or we were saying deal with it like a man, or we were saying this is your choice. In fact, I told him one day when this woman was rude to me on the phone, and then my brother was saying, do you see how rude she does? Do you see how rude she is? I said, I don't care. She's your choice. She's nothing to me. I didn't qeqesha her to teach her how to behave in other people's homes. So, to cut the story short, the marriage continued. As I've already said, there were red flags. The first bonus money she stole, and she sent it to another account, because she would act like she would take advantage of my brother when he's drunk, because this was calculated even before they got married. She knew what she was coming here for and what will happen within 2 years. I even said to my sister, I saw this. I work in gender-based violence. I see the red flags, both on men and women. I said to my sister, there are 2 things that this woman is going to do. It's either she's going to divorce my brother and go with his pension money, or she's gonna kill him. My sister would know this. And even that woman knew that I see her. And she used to spread stories that I don't get along with her. I didn't even have one argument with her, but I would keep my mouth, but I see her. You know what she used to do when she was a wife? Whenever we have a meeting, she would listen in the door. What are we saying? If I'm talking to my brother, having a conversation to a brother, sister, I would find her hiding at home. There are many houses, hiding between the houses, wanting to listen to what we are saying, to an extent that I changed. When I want to say something that is a secret with my brother, I changed the setting. I would go and stand by the kraal and talk. She took control of my brother's phone. You know, when you deal with a narcissist, it doesn't matter if he's a man or a woman, the narcissistic behavior will be there. I even said to my brother on the phone, sometimes when I call out, say, take the phone outside. I want to talk to you between brother and sister. Then I learned that she's listening to our calls. Maybe she puts record in the phone. Then I would say on the phone to my brother the things that I want her to hear. But now there were real things that I wanted to say to my brother, but I couldn't say because she's even listening to the calls. One day my brother walked something like 60 kilometers at night. He slept in the forest because this woman thought he was drunk and wanted to ban him. That was after he took the second bonus money. That was the time when she brought her boyfriend as a bodyguard in front of my brother while he stole the money so that my brother doesn't beat her. I guess now she was pushing him to the edge now of suicide, knowing that he's having mental health problems. And my brother now was talking openly, saying, I don't want this woman, I don't want this woman, I don't want this woman. He even called the delegation, Ono Zaku Zaku, to tell him. But Ono Zaku Zaku, again, it's his choice. We're the people who don't have our best interest. We are coming from a very toxic extended family. And my brother loved them and listened to them, because if it was my story, I was not going to obey them. I was going to tell them that this is my life. I don't interfere with your life, your children's lives, your marriage lives. I'm telling you, take this person back. So up until so after that, when she brought now her boyfriend in front of my brother, and I guess she dragged him his drink. Maybe people put some things, hygiene, J's fluid, I don't know what else was to drag people's drinks. So she dragged it because my brother would be drunk, but all his money is gone. But there's a man that she would see whenever she wakes up. My sister, who was owed money by this woman, went to Berlin. They were still in Berlin, to go and collect her money that was also borrowed by this woman. She found the woman drunk. The child, I would like to say it in my language because it's difficult for me to say it in English, that the child was was swimming in a bucket that had ichew. So the child was so, ever since that day, my sister stopped eating ichew. There's something that I'm forgetting before this. She borrowed 7,000 from my sister, asked my sister to go to her society to borrow 7,000 for her. Up until today, the man was never paid. She never told my brother. So I don't know what was the story of this woman and money. It has made her to be a criminal. And even if she wins in taking my brother's money, we don't care. We're used to working for our own selves. That money will ban her. She will not be blessed because she doesn't want to go to work. She wants to work in men and prey on men. And her families are her associates in this. You must see, during my brother's funeral, they were acting like they care about her. And I was laughing at them and like, no, you don't care. It's just an act, because if you were caring, her children have been neglected for a long time. You didn't even take them. But now you are acting like the Goliath, provoking us while we are grieving. These people are very old. We are the youngest compared to her aunt and her uncle and the other grand lady. 3 people they were with. Scammers, a family of scammers. They are old. They were supposed to guide us and to handle this this problem with wisdom. No, they were fighting us because they are hiding how dirty their daughter is. I know when I say these things that I sound like a nasty in-law, but it is easier for you to type that because you are not in the situation. I'm sharing my story. This is my life. This is my truth. This is my story. Wait until it happens to you, or it happens to your son, to your brother, to someone close to you. And one day you will know how I feel. Hence, I'm educating those who can listen to this, So after the incident, I know that I take this story up and down because there are lots of things happened. After the incident of the boyfriend and my brother lost the bonus money twice, that was in December 2022. My brother took all his furniture and put it at home and said, and he was having words that says, "I want to die at home." By the time this has happened, this woman has brought her child, I guess her 13-year-old child, and was forcing the child to live at home without even consulting us. This is our home. It's not even her husband's house. It's our home. No, we sent a message, me and my older sister, that no, you will take that child back or to its father, but you're not going to keep it in my home. It's because we are nice. That woman thought she could take advantage of us while she doesn't appreciate us. She's making us bad people to other people. She would hear that so and so hates us. As I said, we are a toxic family, very toxic extended family. Someone laughed at us and said, Nosi, I always thought you guys are educated. Families fight, but you guys act like you are not even educated. And I was like, families differ. Some families were cursed. So my extended family is cursed, and I don't even regard myself as I'm having a family. And to avoid talking about them, I deny knowing them. I say we just share the name. I don't even know them. Now, let's leave that. So she would go to them. Once she hears that they have differences with us or they don't like us, she would go to them. This is someone who's collecting evidence, someone who has a plan, someone who knows that I'm not here to stay, but I'm here for 2 years and I'm going back because I've got 3 children who needs me. So when she was at home, she hated what my brother did. In fact, we gave her all that furniture. My brother was trying to say, he used to tell us now that her intentions, then he was trying to say she must not even live with the furniture. But we showed her that money means nothing to us. When we were sending her back to her home after my brother's funeral, we said, take even that furniture. We're showing her that we're better people. We don't go around stealing from other people. Now, to take to cut the story short, after this incident, my brother went back home. This woman hated it, and she was trying to fight with everybody. She even fought with my younger sister. My younger sister was her supporter, giving her money, who helped her apply for a protection order when we thought my brother was wrong in this marriage. My sister supported her with money. My sister was her fan. But she declared war with her because she was trying now to make it uncomfortable for my brother to be at home because it was against now her plans about my brother. She would take his money when it's payday and she would act like it has been my brother who's wrong, but she would go home because she has a burden of the children. I don't know where are their fathers, but who needs to be supported with my brother's money. One last thing that she did was, again, they had a fight with money in town, in King Williamstown. When she saw that there were taxi drivers, she was setting up my brother to beat her in front of taxi drivers. My brother was saying, why did you withdraw all my money? It was my brother's birthday. With anger, she took all the money in hundreds, maybe something like 5,000 rand, and she threw it in my brother's face in town in front of the taxi drivers and everybody. That time, she's desperate. She wants my brother to die, even if he's beaten by the taxi drivers. Sadly, after my brother called the delegation on Ozakuzak and told her that this woman must go back, she doesn't want her, I went home and I wanted to address the things she's been doing to my brother, but my brother asked me not to because he said, I want peace, leave it. he used it in my language. He said, do not grudge this woman for abusing me. He said, ungamchibi this woman ngokundihlukumeza. And that time she was carrying a protection order. She was beating my brother, and she was abusing him. My brother, who was already having mental health issues, who was grieving the loss of his mom, then my brother ran to alcohol. After running to alcohol, had his depression and mental health as his marital problem issues, and maybe he felt like we were not fighting for him. That's the difficulty of it in this marriage thing, because you bring this person to our family, and there are ways that we do things. We are raised differently. And my father would have said, if this was brought to him, he would have said, "Ngukethile khethile wako." So when you were choosing someone to kill you, you chose her. So deal with it. So that's what we sort of practiced, and we did ask our brother to go to therapy. And because I was not at home, I didn't monitor everything, because when I say he needs to go to counseling, he needs to go to therapy, I so wish he could have gone. A warning to our brothers out there: if she gets a protection order against you to silence you, get yours. And then when you go to court, even when she gets a protection order, you have a chance to talk. Lift your hand up and say, "No, I would like to talk," and say your own story. Because what my brother didn't do was he would keep quiet. That woman was good at acting like she was a victim, because she had a game to play. She took everything from my brother, even his soul. And in July 2023, my brother took his own life due to mental health challenges caused by his marriage. Scammers come in different ways. People marry us to take all our pension funds. People marry us not for love, but to steal from us. If you are in this kind of a situation like my brother, may you learn from this. May you look into the red signs. May you seek for help. Also ask me and ask other people. And may my brother's soul rest in peace. I do this video in memory of my brother who took his own life in July 2023. Thank you, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. I love you. Bye.